Hey guys, how's it going? I am Kat Cocolette, and I am coming at you live from the Society6 Instagram page. And I'm going to be inviting my friend Kevin over here from Bombay, Sapphire. So just taking an eye out for Kevin here. Let's get him over here on the split screen. Real quick, I'm just going to give you an update of what we're doing today. So we are going to be doing a drink and draw sponsored by Society6 and Bombay Sapphire. And what that means is we are going to make a signature cocktail using some Bombay Sapphire. We've also got some limes over here, watermelon right here. And right after we make our signature cocktail, we are going to be going ahead and doing a drawing lesson like this mandala. So I'll be showing you guys how to be doing the drawing section of the class, and then Kevin from Bombay will be doing the drink mixing. So let's try and get Kevin on the line here. Let's go ahead and add him. Hey guys. All right, looking for Bombay to add to this Instagram live. Looks like he's not quite here yet. Let's give him a couple more minutes. Get him added to the list. So let's see, Bombay. Surely he'll be coming on soon. But yeah, it's gonna be a pretty fun time. We've got about an hour, and this is the drink and draw. So I have never made this cocktail before, but I'm pretty excited about it. I went out today to pick up the Saint Germain right here. If you're looking for the ingredients, the things you want to have on hand are Bombay Sapphire, obviously, some Saint Germain, which I've got right here, and some limes. I cut mine up before this. I wasn't sure how much to use, so I just went half, and I'll let Kevin tell me whenever we get there. Some other stuff you'll want are some watermelon. I picked this up at the grocery store today. I was looking for a whole watermelon because I thought it would be a better aesthetic, but I could not find that. So it'll be watermelon chunks. All right, let's see if Kevin is on the line yet. Bombay. Not quite yet. Yeah, so it's gonna be a pretty fun time. And as far as the art supplies to use, you'll want to go ahead.
Muted. Make sure it's not muted.
And let's see, as far as the art supplies to use, you'll want to have a blank piece of paper, like this, as well as some sort of instrument to draw with. So I will be using Sharpies, just because I'm at my parents' house right now. I came here for Mother's Day weekend. Don't have all my art supplies, but that's cool. This is just gonna be a fun, at-home drawing kind of thing. So yeah, I've got some Sharpies, I've got my paper, and the last thing you'll want to be able to draw will be a cup. And what we'll be using the cup for is going to be drawing that perfect circle that makes up that mandala. So what I'm going to be using is actually a cup and then 2 bowls. So if you've got some cups or bowls on hand, that would be great. And what we'll be doing is just literally placing that bowl or cup on the paper and tracing around it to make that perfect circle. So yeah, it'll be pretty self-explanatory, and we'll get there for the second half of this class. So again, we'll start by doing the drinking. Let's see, here it is, the Bombay Sapphire drinking. We'll be mixing a drink, a signature cocktail that Kevin has come up with from Bombay, and then we will be finishing up this Instagram Live by creating our very own illustration. It looks pretty complicated, but it's actually going to be pretty simple. Again, with just a few short drawing instruments, you'll be able to make something really cool. So I'm pretty excited about it. I know we're all kind of stuck at home right now, and it's pretty tough. There's some stay-at-home orders, but the important thing is we can be really creative and get something really cool, mixed up in a glass and then drawn on paper. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I'm reading through the comments now. Let's see, you don't have to pay for anything. This is totally free. Yeah, so it's going to be a pretty fun class. I'm excited about making the drink. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and switch the screen around and put this mandala up here and get my drinking together. And let's go ahead and see if Kevin is ready to go from Bombay. So searching for, here we go, adding. Cool. All right, I just sent the invite to Kevin. So we're waiting for him to go ahead and join. But yeah, that's there he is.
There we go.
How's it going, Kevin?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and swap the screen around.
I saw you were prepping all day. Yeah.
What's that?
I saw you were prepping all day.
Oh yeah, it's I've never used lemongrass for anything besides just Thai cooking before. I've never used it in a drink, so this is going to be the first time for me.
It's so good. It's so good. It was trying to be creative and trying to keep it real simple for everybody at home. And I'm glad you got to find lemongrass. I thought it was pretty common, but I guess some people were having some trouble. So luckily, this is almost like what we call like a Mr. Potato Head cocktail, where like you can replace like that herbally element with the watermelon, because watermelon is pretty diverse. So you throw basil, tarragon, something in there that's kind of bright that pairs really nice with it too. So it should be fun. I don't know. Do we just go straight? Do you want to go straight into drinking? I know I'm pretty thirsty.
I'm ready to go.
All right. Okay. Cool.
Let's do it.
All right. So I kind of already pre-cut my watermelon, kind of to prep everything. Perfect. Oh, like so organized. I love it. All right. So what we're going to start out with is your shaking tin. It depends on what kind of tin you have. If you don't have one, water bottle works, a mason jar, anything that just won't break is what you really want. So just start with your whatever you're going to mix with. I'm going to take about 1.5 ounces of Bombay. I'm using the East, which is kind of my go-to. My favorite version of Sapphire that has a little bit of lemongrass and black pepper in it, which is absolutely amazing for mixing.
Nice.
So we do 1.5 ounces of that. Next, if you were able to find it, a little Saint Germain elderflower liqueur. So about a half ounce of that. We always like to call this the bartender's ketchup. It almost makes anything taste good. Talk about versatile spirit. Saint Germain, you can mix with just about anything. So after you get those three in there, or those two, we're going to add lime juice. So I already squeezed some. I made a lot because I've got a lot of friends in here, so we're gonna make some drinks for them.
P.S. I'm not measuring any of this. I'm just going for it. I hope that's okay.
No, it's being creative. We're being creative right now. There's no guidelines on this cocktail. If you want to put 3 ounces of gin into it, then by means, if you're at home,
I was just pouring the bottle in, so we're gonna see how this goes.
Whatever you're comfortable with. So we're doing about 3/4 ounce of lime juice. If you're just squeezing it like that, it's maybe gonna be like a whole lime. Just like 2 halves will probably work.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a pro. You didn't.
Is this the correct way?
That is that's the new perspective of actually handcrafted, because a lot of people say handcrafted cocktails. You're physically using your hand, which is pretty epic. Yeah. So once you get the lime juice in there, you're gonna take your lemongrass syrup. I put it in this fancy bottle, and do another 3/4 ounce.
You know what? I'm gonna measure this one. My lid that I use for the Saint Germain. We'll see how this goes.
Oh yeah, that works.
Awesome.
That's good.
Maybe like one lid worth or 2. What do you think?
Yeah, let me. You know, I have the lid too, so I'll measure it out really quick for you. So let's see. Oh, you know, that's about 3/4 ounce. That's actually perfect.
Awesome. This tastes delicious, by the way.
Yeah,
it's on the stove earlier.
So good, aromatic. You could just mix it with soda or like sparkling wine too, and it's pretty awesome into that as well. So once you have all those ingredients in there, you got your Sapphire, you got your Saint Germain lime, your lemongrass. Let's take about 3, depending how big your chunks of your watermelon are. And then those of you that aren't yet, oh yeah, holy shit, yeah, that's awesome.
Is that too big?
Yeah, so just throw that in there. The ice will mellow it for you. For those of you that aren't using lemongrass syrup, you can just use 3/4 ounce of simple syrup and then throw your herb into there. If you're using basil, a couple pieces of basil, some tarragon. I know we put some recommendations on there if you weren't able to find lemongrass. So once you got all that in your shaker tin, it's perfect. We're going to add ice to your tin.
One more. All right. The ice. How many ice cubes should I put in? I've got...
I typically say you want to fill your shaker up about 3/4 of the way.
Okay. I'm just gonna dump it.
Yeah. There you go.
Cool.
Perfect, perfect. What are you using there? Is that like it's like a water?
I don't actually have a shaker, but this is a Society6 travel coffee mug. So it's one of my
awesome.
designs. It's these tigers I did. Not inspired by Tiger King, it was just coincidental. But it actually makes for a pretty good drink shaker. So
awesome.
That nice and tight.
Yeah, so we're gonna seal it. Everyone, you want to seal your tin or something, and then we just want to shake it pretty hard. The watermelon, the ice is gonna take care of the watermelon. The watermelon's pretty porous, so you want to shake it maybe about 30 times just to get the dilution and aeration going. Kat, you're a pro. Look at that.
Those are new muscles for me to work out.
It's the quarantine workout right there. All right, so once you've got it all shaken up, take your lid off. Get your glass, whatever glass you decide to use. I'm just going to use a Collins glass here.
Cool.
Fill your Collins glass with some ice. Perfect. And then I'm going to fine strain mine just because I'm a little particular. I like to have the elements out of it.
Nice.
So it just keeps it kind of clean, all the pulp out of there, just a clean drink. And then garnish. We're going to garnish with, I cut the watermelon up nicely here earlier. We're just going to garnish with the little watermelon.
I have another to garnish with.
Yeah, it's a snack. I always say the best type of drinks are the ones that come with a snack.
Perfect.
And then I'm just going to crack, I said black pepper, so I'm just putting some pepper on top. This is pink peppercorn, which works well too. Pink peppercorn tends to be a little more fruity. And then there you go. How's that look? That's awesome. Cheers, cheers, cheers.
I love it. Oh man, that is good. Wow.
Yeah, watermelon is just, it screams, who doesn't want a watermelon cocktail for the most part? So
it tastes like summer, you know?
So we're trying to get, I mean, we don't really get summers here in San Francisco. It's just foggy all the time, but this drink helps with it.
I spent most of my year in Southeast Asia, so I get a lot of summer every year. I'm back in the States now. I'm actually at my parents' house right now. I came in for Mother's Day to say hi to Mom and heading back to Colorado tomorrow morning.
Oh, wow. Did you fly or did you drove or?
I drove. Yeah, I didn't want to potentially, get coronavirus on the flight and give it to my parents.
Right.
It's only about a 9-hour drive, so it was pretty nice.
I like how you say it's only a 9-hour drive. That's great.
You're in the United States, we're used to those road trips. So.
Yeah. 9. I once drove from here all the way to see my folks in Charlotte, and that was like a road trip, and it was the most, because if you're on a timetable, it makes it a little worse. If you are just kind of willy-nilly and kind of taking your time, I'd see it as a little more enjoyable. But we did it on the way there about 3 days, which was wasn't fun at all. But
wow, yeah, I maxed out at about 10 hours. That's if I'm gonna do a through drive, that's my limit.
That's awesome. That's good.
Yeah, man, this cocktail is absolutely delicious. I usually never make cocktails. If you couldn't tell by my caveman techniques as you're putting that together, I usually just I pour myself a glass of wine, and that's about as complicated as I get. But I think this gives me a new ammunition in my abilities portfolio. So.
Well, you've got a full bottle of gin, a full bottle of Saint Germain, and watermelon. So I think you'll be pretty well off for a couple of days.
Yeah.
These drinks will probably be nice over there. We call these like patio pounders. You go out on the patio and you just pound it down.
Yeah, I'm going back to Colorado, and I've got 3 roommates in this mountain cabin, and I'm going to be bringing this bad boy with me, and I can't wait to make. I think they're actually following this Instagram Live right now, making the drinks alongside us. So.
Oh, rad.
Yeah, so, hey, roomies. But I can't wait to bring this back, and we can actually start making some cocktails in this cabin now. So
many. I mean, gin is such a versatile ingredient that herbaceous, citrusy, even spirit forward, gin martinis, gimlets, and anything of that sort is awesome. I mean, I crushed a bunch of gin and tonics last night, so that was pretty epic too.
In preparation for this.
Yeah, I needed to do my homework, so it was about 4 parts gin to like a splash of tonic and a squeeze of lime. So that's
simple. That's easy to do. Anyone can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, and I'm really liking the Saint Germain. I think I had this maybe 5 or 10 years ago. I had Saint Germain. I think it was in Champagne or something. You can see what that looks like. It's really sweet. I can see how this works pretty well in a lot of different drinks. Is it popular at your bar?
Yeah, we use it. We've used it in a couple cocktails here in the bar. We get a lot of calls. I mean, the popular one you're saying is like a half ounce of Saint Germain, some orange bitters, and some sparkling wine. It's really nice. It
Nice.
works well with gin. Works well with dark spirits like tequila and reposado work really well with Saint Germain.
Ooh, that would be
Um,
tasty.
so anything like, especially because Saint Germain's got that little bit of like grapefruit element to it. And you just kind of work off that grapefruit element and like elderflower element to it, and it's just floral goodness and sweet and
Yeah,
works, like I said, works anything.
I can definitely see how that would elevate something to a completely different taste. People are commenting on this about how pretty the bottle is. Here's another close up.
Yeah, people, you can empty it and use it as a vase.
Oh, I like that idea. I like that. Yeah, cool. Well, how do you feel about doing some drawing?
I'm very excited. I was kind of bummed. I actually bought a Bob Ross outfit for this, but U.S. Postal Mail is really slow, and my idea was to dress up as Bob Ross and do this, but that didn't work. So my replacement was I bought these are my markers. I bought Mr. Sketch from my childhood.
I
Everyone remembers these, right? Because there's like they all smell like something like cotton candy, blueberries. So I felt like this is a good way to segue into drawing
So
as a kid.
as a guy that mixes drinks professionally for a living, are you going to choose your colors based off of what smells go well together?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, we could eventually maybe collaborate. I'll just do something with this, and it'll be like a scratch and sniff menu, and we'll draw a drink. You can draw a drink with scented markers, and you can scratch it, and you smell it, and you'll know what the drink kind of smells like through the smell, or it tastes like through the smell. So,
Dude, I love that idea. I love how interactive that is. Well,
but this,
that sounds really cool. Now I feel boring because all I have are Sharpies. So
oh man,
true.
I've got plenty of those around the bar, but I need to step it up.
I
I'm
like
gonna
it.
use like root beer, fruit punch, mint. Oh my god, we're gonna go crazy. It's gonna smell so
Okay.
good.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clear some space out of the way. And yeah, what you'll need for this portion, for all of the viewers watching, is a blank piece of paper, which I have absolutely spilled gin on, but that's okay. It's part of the process. Yeah, a blank piece of paper, and then anything to draw or write with. So I'm going to be using Sharpies, like I mentioned. If you're using crayons or markers, pencils, kind of whatever you want. I did some practice ones right before this to kind of show you guys what we'll be making.
Wow.
It looks super complicated, but I promise you're going to be able to make something just as pretty as this. It's actually really simple. Here's another one. It's going to be these mandalas. And again, it looks a little crazy and you might be intimidated, but what we're actually going to be doing is just using our bowls and cups that we used for this drink recipe, and just tracing around them to kind of form that grid to then do some concentric circles. So for this one, maybe pick 3 glasses or a variety of glasses and bowls that are 3 separate shapes that will fit on your piece of paper. So I'm going to move this cutting board aside. All right, I've got gin and watermelon everywhere. That's all right. Yeah, so I'm going to start with, just again, a blank piece of paper. And I'm going to be using these 3 colors, blue, green, black, and silver. But if you guys are following along, you can pretty much pick whatever colors you want. You could use the same color for everything if you want to, kind of up or whatever. So I'm going to pop this out of the tripod. This is Hello Mom and Dad's House. There it is. All right. Let me go ahead and flip the screen around. And I've got my friend Zach helping out. Thank you, Zach. You're an awesome friend. Okay. So what I'm going to do, and I'll put this here as reference so you guys can kind of see what we're doing. I'm going to start with a really small glass. I think I'm going to start with my shaker. This has about like that diameter that I'm looking for. And I'm just going to look for a way to position it so it feels pretty much right on top of my paper, right in the center. So how are you doing? How are you doing, Kevin? Is it?
Oh, I was just picking. I was actually not. I was picking by flavor, not by color. So I've got banana, mint, some licorice. So hopefully they smell great. They smell amazing.
All right, I'm gonna start with my blue. So you can see that on screen. Cool. Yeah, and I'm just going to, again, I've got my shaker right on the middle of the paper, and I'm just going to take my Sharpie and trace around so that it makes a perfect circle. Cool. Voila. So far, so good. So this is going to get to this, and I will show you guys how. Sounds complicated. Again, I promise it's really easy. Yeah, so next up, I'm going to take my bowl. It's slightly bigger than that circle, and I'm just going to try to get it kind of centered in a pretty good way, and then do the same thing. I'm going to use a different color. I'm going to use my green this step. And again, let's make sure it's probably good enough for being centered, and do the same thing. Awesome. All right, it's a little bit off.
Oh, cherry.
Cherry, how does that one sound?
Cherry. I went from mint to cherry. It's
Nice.
great.
I love it. And last but not least, I'm going to draw a circle right in the middle that's a little bit smaller. So kind of the result is looking like a butterfly. So that will be our grid to make our super beautiful mandala. Yeah, so basically, you guys can follow along exactly or kind of make up your own shape. So one thing that I find is pretty helpful is to just pick a few key shapes, like maybe a teardrop or a leaf and a circle, and just kind of have those repeated throughout our illustration. So I'm going to start in the middle and just do a flower. So I'm going to do 4 petals, top, bottom, right, and left. And I've got some white space in there, so I'm just going to fill in some dots in some of that white space area. And again, it totally doesn't have to be perfect. You can see my circles don't even line up all the way, and that's totally cool.
It's called fruit punch, galactic fruit punch.
I wish I could smell it. Awesome. All right, next up, I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to do top, bottom, right, and left. And I'm going to do some shapes. I'm going to do those flower petals again because I think those are pretty cool. So top, bottom. Gotta turn my paper. Again, can you see there's like gin spilled on there? Again, this is just us having fun. It doesn't have to be perfect. Cool. Yeah, and that's kind of like, that's gonna be how we make this entire mandala. So it's just gonna be whatever shape we draw once, we repeat so that it stays kind of gridded out with that perfect symmetry. And again, it's all freehand, so we can have fun with it. And I think in the middle of these kind of petals, I'm going to do leaves. So I'm going to do kind of these teardrop shapes like this. Awesome. So it's going to be this like abstract floral thing to kind of fit with that tropical theme of the drink we were making.
Ooh, it's purple grape.
You're having a blast over there smelling those markers.
This is amazing. I'm drinking and I'm getting and I'm smelling markers.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, it's
I keep drinking.
It's better than eating glue, I guess. Right?
It's the adult version, I think. Oh, man. All right, so yeah, let's fill in some details. So these, I've got the teardrop shapes, which are kind of like the flower petals. And then I've got these leaves. So I think what I'm going to do is draw a line through each of these leaves and kind of do an illustration of some veining in those leaves so it looks like a cartoon leaf. So the line down the middle and then some veins coming in at a diagonal. I can't wait to see what yours looks like. Tell me if you need me to slow down.
I'm a fast learner. I mean, this
Excellent.
is amazing. I'm very impressed with myself right now.
Wait, let's see. Nice. I love it. You're a natural, man. It looks great. It looks fantastic. All right. So next step. And again, you don't have to follow exactly shape by shape. If you want to improvise a little bit, that's totally cool. I've kind of got this negative space in between these flower petals, so I think I'm just going to draw a circle and fill it in all of these areas just to kind of flesh it out a little bit more, make it look a little bit more ornate. Cool. Awesome.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's a good idea right there. I can see why you're the artist.
Yeah, filling in all that white space. Cool. Well, I think I'm going to move on to the last kind of area of that circle now. And I think I did that in green. Yeah, cool. So Let's see. Yeah, and I'm just gonna kind of do that same thing and repeat some shapes. So above this one, I'm gonna do another teardrop shape, except I'll make this one into a flower petal. So 3 teardrops in a row like that. That feels pretty cool.
Oh, that's wow.
Repeat that top and bottom. Yeah, I do a lot of digital illustration too. So I like the hand done stuff. I like the digital. But yeah, doing these mandalas hand drawn, it's kind of a nice way to just kind of zone out. And just it's I find it really relaxing. You're just making these repetitive shapes over and over again.
You make it look so easy. That's
Well, I have been doing this for a while. You know, you made the drinks look really easy too. And actually, yeah, the drinks, I mean, I wasn't as finessed as yours, but it still tasted pretty good.
oh.
Yeah. But something
The
to
more I drink, the better it gets, I think.
That's the beauty of gin.
I'm more confident now. My confidence, more confidence.
Yeah, that's what that's the liquid courage, right? All right, cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same leaf shape. So I'm just gonna like kind of go out at that kind of diagonal here, and then just repeat these leaves. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Cool. I had my mom and dad practice these earlier. It was actually yesterday, and my dad did a pretty good job. My mom wasn't really paying attention, and hers, but it still came out okay. It was just a little bit different.
Which
It was my
one
mom.
made it on the fridge?
I put both of them on the fridge.
Oh, both.
I didn't want to show favoritism. All right, cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna do the same thing. Basically, what I'm doing is I picked 3 basic shapes. You know, a circle, a teardrop, and then a leaf, and I'm just repeating those shapes into this mandala. So again, it like looks super complicated, but again, it's just a repetition of shapes. So it'll look more detailed when we kind of fill in the rest, but it's actually pretty easy to do. And you can kind of like do these at home if you're just sitting on the couch watching TV. It's just okay to kind of like recharge and relax. Can I see what yours looks like? I love it. How does
It's
it
great.
smell? That's the more important thing.
I mean, so much going on. It's a very complex drawing. So many layers. Goes from pineapple to banana to mint. It's very
Nice. You can let this be inspiration for a drink that you make.
And you should make coasters off of this color palette.
Ooh, I like it.
Off the design, and you can order the drink based off of and you get the coaster.
You know, Society6 actually makes coasters. So, you know, they made this coffee mug right here, the one that I was using as my mixer. Actually use their cutting board too. It's over here. They make a ton of products.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah, it's really cool seeing the designs that I make, you know, hand drawn or on the computer, turn into something real. It's a pretty fun process. Made this mug. It's all painted with watercolor.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a fun website. Yeah, you know, it's really great to just upload all my designs and see what they turn into. So yeah.
Yeah, we totally dug a lot. My wife and I looked at your stuff on your Instagram, and it was we were a big fan of a lot of the things. The tropical things, the pineapples was all up our alley.
Nice. I'm glad. Let me know if you want anything, and I'll send some stuff your way.
It has to be made with Mr. Sketch scented though.
Yeah, you can like maybe spray something on top of it. I can be creative with that. Actually, let's tell the Society6 marketing team that we have a new idea for what they should be doing.
They own line of scented markers.
Only scented printed products.
Yeah,
if this smelled like banana and strawberry, it would be a seller.
So great.
Very cool. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is just kind of like fill in this white space area. So we've got, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so just kind of like filling in this area. And I think what I'm going to do is make it a little bit more complex and do some curly cues that look like this. Voila. Ooh. And then just kind of repeat these kind of like viney curly cues around these leaves to make it even more complicated. And it's not perfectly symmetrical, but you know, that's totally fine. This is just for fun and having something to do at home and be creative. So finish these bad boys out. Awesome.
Let's see. What are you doing? What are you putting? Oh, curly.
Yeah, these like curly cues. I'm doing it around each leaf. So 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of them. But again, like, you know, they're pretty janky. It doesn't have to be perfect. I've had some gin, so, you know, I'm going to do what I can.
Yeah, Kat, I was going to mention that your art was starting a little janky compared to mine. So I'm glad you brought it out and
You
you came to the
know,
self-realization that it was, you know.
yep. So, yeah, anything you want to add in there? Any shapes or, I want to see what you do and then I want to add it to mine.
Yeah, let me see what we're
Oh,
gonna do
hey,
here.
Kevin, you have a request. Kevin, I need you to draw me like one of your French girls. So you got some requests coming in already.
Well, just send me a DM. You'll just slide right into my DM. We'll take care of you.
Kevin's got you guys. Awesome.
So what do
Yeah.
you think? What do you think? Like in terms of if I'm doing like these curly things and floral patterns or like petals and stuff, can you just put any type of shape in there to kind of, or would it
Yeah,
look kind of
let's
a
do
little
it.
messy?
And whatever shape you pick, just make sure it's kind of repeated around that mandala so that it stays symmetrical. So yeah, we can pick any shape you want. Like if there's, you know, like diamonds or hearts or whatnot, you know, go
Oh
for it and I'll
wow.
follow your lead.
Cool. I'm gonna put some swans in here.
Ooh, I can't wait to see what this looks like.
I'm kidding. I don't know how to make a swan, but I'm gonna. It was ambitious of myself. No, I'm gonna do some stars here.
I'll do stars too. All right, so I'm gonna do stars. Where am I gonna put them? I'm gonna put them in these flower petals like this. Cool. And turning it around. I should switch up to some different colors. Awesome. I'm gonna switch to silver. Oh, and this link that I've got right here, I teach classes on Skillshare. So this is a special landing page. I had to type it out because I can't embed links in Instagram Live. If you guys go to this URL, you can take art classes that I teach, and then you can also take classes that I've recommended for anyone that's enjoying drawing this mandala. There's a mandala class up there. Yeah, a bunch of fun stuff. I show you how I create art that I put on Society6 and, you know, monetize through that platform. It's pretty cool. So I think I pulled about 9 or 10 classes, and they're my featured classes. So if you go to this link, you can check it out. And I've also got it on my own Instagram, which is catcoq, CATCOQ. Yeah, so got some classes. If you're really enjoying making art and you want to make more of it, Skillshare is the place to go. All right, I think I'm going to fill in these petals now with like little miniature petals within each one with this silver. Oh, that silver is cool. It's really sparkly. Nice.
Wow, that's so good. Gosh, need more classes.
Yeah. All right, let's see one more.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
The smells or the drawing?
Yeah. Both. The drawing's amazing. The drawing is a lot better than mine. But.
All right, we need some more embellishments on here. Let's do stars again. I like that idea. Okay, so now I'm gonna fill in stars in these kind of white space areas, like right around here. God, stars are so easy to draw too. If anyone's following along and you haven't drawn in like 10 years, I bet you can still draw a star. It's like all ingrained in us as children. All right, cool. And awesome. I think the middle should be silver, so I'm changing that. You know, my practice one, yeah, it actually looks pretty different. I thought I was going to do something pretty similar, but I like how different this one's looking. I like the more flower petally kind of look to it. I'm going to switch back to blue.
I put smiley faces in my petals.
I'm not
little
laughing
smiley
at
faces.
you. I like the enthusiasm. It looks really cool. I like it. See, you went your own way with it. That looks awesome. I love all the colors. Hey, if anyone's following along and you guys are doing this, definitely take a picture and share it and tag Society6 Bombay US because I want to see what everybody makes from this class.
Yeah, I want to see how I crushed everybody real quick.
Okay, cool.
I'm kidding. There's no judgments here. No one's better than anyone else.
This is just for having fun and being
judgment free
at home. But if you did a bad job, we will call you out on it on social media. Just kidding.
Totally. In a passive way.
Now let's like break out of the circle a little bit. This is where you get fun stuff that looks like this coming out of the circle. Here's this one. Woo! So why reinvent the wheel? I'm gonna do that exact same shape. That teardrop coming up the top, the bottom, right, and left. Cool. Let's do a little mini teardrop within each one. Awesome. I'm gonna do those curly cues again. I think those are pretty cool. Nice. All right.
Now, are the shapes pretty much the standard? Like they're always circular, or can they also be, like, is it at the base of this? You start out with a circle, or can you go?
You can pretty much start out with any shape. I like doing a circle because it gives you more flexibility if you want to make it, like we're doing kind of a quadrant mandala, so everything is divided on the X and Y axis. But yeah, you can make it even more complex and work. If you do a triangle one, you can just, it's the exact same principle, so you can pretty much apply it to any shape. That's what's fun with it. I like circle because you have the most flexibility with it. Plus, we were able to use these glasses to draw our circles. So of course, I love little cheats like that. It makes it a little bit more easy.
Yeah, that works. I don't think I can actually draw a perfect circle. So having something that's a
circle. And it's pretty embarrassing. I'm gonna do it right now on the back of this one. Let's see. Well,
yeah, okay.
It's pretty good.
That's better. I'll show you my version. I'm gonna draw one.
Let's see it.
Well, that's not bad.
Hey, that's pretty good. I mean, there's kind of a scribbly thing in the middle there, but I like it. It worked out.
Yeah, it was gonna be a face, so that was some hair. I was already preemptively making a face.
Yeah, you were on it, man. You knew what to do. All right, I'm gonna do some more embellishment. I'm just gonna do some circles coming up. Circles are pretty easy to do. Let's do some circles, top and bottom. Awesome.
Circles. I'm gonna do. Oh man. Step it up.
Maybe some more circles. You can never have too many circles in these things. The whole point is to make them super ornate.
Yeah. So I say circles, gin martinis. You can never have enough circles or gin martinis.
There you go. Actually, I should take another drink of my gin. All right. And now at this point, I mean, yours look pretty ornate, but if you have any areas of white space that you want to fill in, this is where I just kind of make stuff up. So any of those white space areas, I'm just going to fill them in with more circles and stars and just kind of, the overall look is going to look really complex, but just kind of pretty easy to fill in there. This kind of feels like when you're in class and you have kind of like the type written down like this and you fill in those, you fill in the characters. Did you ever do that?
With,
like this? Like where you fill in these characters like as you're taking notes in class?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of doodle off of the print.
Off the paper. That's exactly what making these kind of feels like. It's like, okay, let's just make some little doodles, fill in the areas. It doesn't have to be absolute fine art.
That's why I didn't learn anything in school, because I was just filling in all the holes.
You're filling in the holes. I like it. I like it. I was just drawing faces on my paper, so it didn't work out super well for biology, but for my art major, it worked out pretty well. All right, what else? I'm gonna do like kind of an unfilled circle. Let's fill in these spots like this. Cool. Can I get a check-in and see how yours is looking?
Bam!
I love it! Those smiley faces are my favorite part. That's amazing.
It's great. So for everyone out there, you can buy this piece of art from me. You just Venmo.
How much is it?
I don't want to put it's kind of priceless right now, so it's more sentimental value. Wow, that's amazing. So I look at mine and I look at yours and it's like professional.
So everyone watching this, Kevin is selling this art. It's either priceless or $2.5 million. So within those parameters, please Venmo him. You can message him later for that info. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm pretty much ready to call it. I think that's looking pretty good.
Oh, that's amazing.
Nice.
This is a great idea for coasters. I like your idea. It's a coaster. It's That's pretty elaborate. That's pretty awesome.
I'm gonna send some coasters your way.
Right, and then we have to sign it, right? Because you're supposed to sign pieces of work.
Yeah, that's
right?
the most important part. So
That's also what I did in high school, was just practice my signature.
you want to if you're a professional artist, it's got to be a really big signature. So I'm just gonna go like this. That's how you know it's a legit artist that made this. It's just like a child's like giant signature on the paper. Yeah. That better go in your fridge. Actually, you need to put that and put that in your bar.
It's good. It's, my team's gonna be so proud of me when they come back to the bar and they see this hanging up. And it's a great conversation starter too. Is like, what is that piece of work? And I'll be like, I'll let them know. It's we made it on the Cat and Kevin show. And they'll look up your Instagram and they can learn and take classes how to make something this magnificent. Look at that.
Yeah. I think that's solid. You definitely can't throw that away. I mean, that's a $2.5 million piece of art. So just make sure you take it.
Look at this. It already has a home.
Yeah, that's perfect. There people are commenting right now on Instagram Live. You've got to put it in a frame. So it's down to $2 million. It's been devalued a little bit from falling, but this looks awesome.
That's awesome, Kat. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this was super fun. Yeah, if anyone's following along, I want to see what you guys made out of this. Both the drinks, and if you could like take a picture with both together, that would be awesome. I want to see what that looks like. Yeah, fantastic. Nice. Yeah. Let's take another tour.
Ooh.
Oh my God, that is so good. My cameraman is he's gonna have to make a drink after this. Thanks for helping, man. Yeah.
I think he earned one. Did he make one too? Is he gonna make a?
Follow along. He made about halfway through, but then just got left behind, so he couldn't see the video.
He was working. He had a good excuse.
After this, so cool. Well, this was awesome, Kevin. I'm so glad you did this with me.
Yeah, me too, Kat. It was awesome. It was great to meet you and team up on this, and have some great ideas that we can kind of work on the coasters and press Society6 on doing some more collabs together.
Yeah, I love that idea. And if they get on scented printing, then we need to make sure that we get royalties from that idea. Well, yes. It's for your idea. Yeah. So we'll let it go. Cool. Well, yeah, everybody that was following along, thank you so much. This has been awesome. Hope you enjoyed making drinks and making some cool arts. And huge thanks to Bombay and Society6 for putting this together. This has been a fun time to get a little bit creative at home, whether it was mixing drinks or making art.
So much fun.
Cool. Yeah, I'll be posting this Instagram Live to the Society6 page so you guys can view it. After this, if you want to go back and watch it again because you enjoyed it so much, that is an option for you. And we'll also be posting the drink recipe that Kevin came up with. So if you guys want to screenshot that and do it at home, you can definitely follow along too. Cool. All right. Any last words?
No, that was awesome. Thank you again for the team up. Thank you from Bombay and Society6 for putting this together. It's a lot of fun to get out of the apartment and get back into the bar and have some conversations with people that aren't my dog. So it's really good.
I think we all feel that way, man. So this is an elevated Zoom call. Cool. All right, well, we'll catch you guys next time. If you followed along, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And we'll see you guys for the next drink and draw.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.